Rowland and Mark Passwaters here at Kyle Field. Texas A&M gets the win over Mississippi State. Back-to-back wins against Mississippi schools. Today they finished 49-30. Overall, what did you think of today?
Well, I'm sure that it was a relief for the team to come out and basically beat on Mississippi State. That's something that they haven't done in a long time, 6 years. This was probably the worst beating they've ever given Mississippi State. So offensively, you have to be happy. Kellen Mond did a great job. He managed the game very well, didn't make any mistakes, didn't came close to making any mistakes. The offensive line probably played its best game, ran the ball well. Defensively, you're +3 in turnovers. That's a big deal. The biggest concern I would have is you did give up 30 points to a team that you shouldn't give up 30 points to. I think that they kind of let off the gas after they scored on the first drive, the third quarter. And, basically they gave up some plays that they shouldn't. A lot of missed tackles, some blown assignments, and Garrett Schrader ran for his life, but when he ran for his life, he found ways out of the pocket and made some plays there. So I think overall, offensively, you got a lot to be happy about. Defensively, you got some work to do.
Right. And I know offensively, Coach Fisher was saying the improvements along the offensive line. Can you exaggerate some and get more into detail there?
Exaggerate, elaborate, make something up, I'll try. And basically, I just thought that the last 2 weeks especially, and maybe this has something to do with the competition, maybe it just has something to do with time, because they did play better as last season went on too. They have started to control the line of scrimmage. Ole Miss was not bad against the run coming into that game. A&M basically really had to run the football. Mississippi State is not nearly as good as they were last year when it comes to stopping the run. But A&M just basically came out and imposed their will from the first drive. Isaiah Spiller had a couple of big runs. They get the turnover from Devin Morris, run the ball back down the field again. I think that Spiller was close, if not over 5 yards a carry. Kellen Mond, again, had some very nice runs. That big run to get down close late in the second quarter, that was probably the best run he's had in years. But the idea that they were able to sit there, put a hat on a hat, and knock them off the ball. I know some people are going to say, well, Mississippi State is banged up. Mississippi State is banged up in the secondary. They don't have a whole lot of guys missing on the front, and A&M dominated. And that's a big deal. And if they can continue that progression, do the same thing to UTSA and then some, and then do it to South Carolina and then some, then you're going to be rolling when you go to Athens, and you can give Georgia a good game, if not beat them.
So overall today, if you could rate this game from A, B, C, D, obviously A being the best, D being awful, how would you rate it, just an overall performance?
Ooh, that's a toughie. Offensively, I give them an A. Defensively, I may give them a B-. They just gave up too many points. Right. They lost containment too many times. On the other hand, they were +3 turnovers. They applied a lot of pressure to Garrett Schrader. They did some things that they have not done this year. It would almost be easier to sit there and go individually through the defense and say, well, this guy had a really good game. This guy had a really good game, because you had some that really stood out.
Right.
Devin Morris, Damani Richardson being two that come to mind. But give them maybe a B-. So that gives the day an A-, B+ kind of feel. And when you put up 49 points in an SEC West game, you got to be pleased. And when 21 of that 49 comes off of turnovers, and you converted all 3 for touchdowns, that tends to soothe a lot of pain that you might otherwise have from the defense's performance.
Yeah, overall today, it was just good to see them actually capitalize on things like that, like Jimbo was saying. Well, that's all here from Kyle Field. Tune back in next week